つも君と待ち続けた季節は何も言わず通り過ぎた。雨はこの街に降り注ぐ少しのリグレットと罪を包み込んで泣かないことを誓ったまま時は過ぎ痛む心に気がつかずに僕は一人になった記憶の中でずっと二人は生きてゆける君の声が今も胸に響くよ。それは愛がさまよう限り君は少し泣いた。あの時見えなかった。
Hold on. Diesel, what do you want? Go. I probably should have looked it up, but I don't know if going into the ship is a no going back. So I'm most likely going to probably run over, go try to do the side quest that has the two. Oof. That's some cold wind. Then again, it's raining on top of wind. The only time I can't deal with the cold. Being wet and cold wind. Not a good combination. But I'm probably going to go and try to do that one again. Depending on how that one goes, I might go try to do another one. Then again, I'm gonna make some progress today. So it's just that if that actually does put us up to Lenegis, it most likely will also prevent fast traveling. Which most of these artifacts that we can be getting right now Like, I think one of them is the second, like, food duration one. We have the second tier of the XP. I still haven't re-looked it up. The cat statue is either combat points, which I don't know. Or SP, which I think it might be the SP one. I don't even like it. Last time I checked, what artifacts there were was like somewhere around the first episode. Because I was trying to figure out like what the best method of XP grinding was going to be, because you know, difficulty. Which at that time it was also on hard mode, not on unknown. Unknown came out when we just got over to Dolan's realm. And that's where we it's like right before we walked in. Like we got to the campfire, then called it because we defeated the second lord. Then went over and got to the new place, which then I ended it at the campfire. Then
Callous,
the free DLC.
calcified, Calaglia.
What kind of poem is that?
A sparse one.
Diesel, come on, come back in. Hold on. Did I make progress last week? Yeah, I did, because I fought the Fire Lord. Not Fire Lord, the Fire Elemental thing. Then went up to the ship and started up the started that up. 42. No money. Hold on. What is our current quest actually called? To the Heavens. Dude. Heavens. You know, like, the thing with all of, like, so, we can't complete this because we have to wait for it to, turn to find all of the owls. Um, dude, this one's um. The giant Zubo. That's the 2 ones. Like, we might be able. So 35 SP. That. Well, I guess if that is the SP1, we're not doing this anytime soon. It's 50 base level of the enemies in there. 50 and the boss in there. I don't know. This is the duration one. Food duration, which we actually have one. Oh no, it's the drums for the combat points. Okay. Cooking effect bonus. Okay, so we have one. We have one for the effect. And the glutton one is the time bonus. We also have, so from what I know, there's not another one of these. No, there's not another one of those. There's the second version of that, second version, DLC ones. Like, the only thing we get from this is a skill tree, which we get a skill tree. We need to go find a book that I actually, hold on. So when I typed in this side quest, the first thing that appeared is how to get the Heaven's Grace book, and it is apparently the book for this quest. I did not read it though. I can real quickly though. Radiant light. Nature. After forging heavenly grace and the rest of the quest books and let's read. Do we actually have a book called Heavenly Grace? Or do you have to find the book first? Dude. I still want to know what. I'm going to assume. So I know one thing. I believe there are.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Like there's more. When I was trying to look up the artifacts and all of that, I heard something about like challenges, like of the other world or whatever, aka the spirit thing. Oh wow. Yeah, I've built that. Or does it need that one? To get Renward's Home Grace book and Child's must forge it. This requires again fun region. Okay, there's much trouble. To Why can't people, like it's dude, now if you wish people would, just straight up tell you what you actually want to know. Okay, forge. So it's just that we can't forge it yet. Okay. Thank you.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Which I didn't find anything about, this quest that we're currently on. Which, always fun. So, we're just going to go, because, I've already fought a choice.
We've reached our destination.
And I still don't know if we can beat it.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
I'd rather not try to go fight it just to not be able to beat it again. Just kind of waste time. So, just do this. Because it's not like it's going to disappear. I know they stay there. And also, there's a second. So the first XP one requires us to wait story-wise, aka go forward in story, until a quest appears. We already did the first requirement, so we're good to go for that. Also, this is when this doesn't even go.
Well, it's the moment of truth.
This lady better hold together once we're up in the air.
Law, don't say that. You're going to jinx us.
Speaking of which, Alphen, this bucket of bolts got a name?
A name? I'm not sure she ever had one. I never really thought about it.
Well, after all the trouble we went through to find her, we should give her one, right? I was thinking something like...
Fall Knights.
Huh?
It means owl in the ancient tongue. Literally, the one drawn to the skies.
I like it. Sounds perfect for our little escapade.
Not sure I'm completely convinced, but... Well, it's as good a name as any. From now on, she'll be known as the Fall Knights.
Okay, people. We have two goals. First, we need to get to Lenegis and make the Renans finally leave Dana alone. And then, we need to figure out the truth behind Shionne's thorns and find a way to save her. Sound good? All right, then let's go.
It's going to be annoying if I'm heavily underleveled for this. What? Who cleaned it off? What? Okay.
You know, I can still hardly believe it.
Believe what?
I mean, just look at it. The whole of existence, crammed inside a tiny frame.
Now that you mention it, I guess you're right. It does look more like a painting than a living, breathing world.
From up here, all the struggles we've been through feel so insignificant.
Nothing like realizing how small you are to put everything into perspective. Kinda makes the differences between the Renans and the Danans feel pretty small too, huh?
How much longer until we reach Lenegis?
There are better ways to use your time than napping. We should take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the facilities on board before arrival.
Good idea. The starship may end up serving as our base of operations once we're down there. Think you'll be all right with the controls?
You mean the one set to automatic pilot? I dare say I'll manage. I'm basically just here to supervise.
In that case, she's all yours.
Everything okay, Shion? You seem a little different.
Different? Like in a bad way different?
No, not at all. You seem more driven lately, like you found a zest for life. It suits you.
Is something wrong?
No. I was merely thinking how it had been 7 years, that's all.
You mean since you became a lord and left Lenegis? I guess even someone like you can get homesick, huh?
I am as prone to sentimentality as any other. Tell me, though. You too have a history with Lenegis. A traumatic one, no less. This trip will probably mean facing up to some difficult emotions. Doesn't that frighten you?
Well, it is a place where I took the lives of countless people. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't thought about it. But I can't keep running forever. The past is what it is. There's no changing that. But the future's what we make it.
I see.
Dohalim?
Forgive me. I was wrong to pry. We have more pressing matters to address. Come back and speak to me when you finish looking around the ship.
We'll be going to Lenegis soon.
This must feel like a homecoming of sorts to you, huh? What was life on Lenegis like back then? You know, before you came to Dana.
Let's just say, I don't have many happy memories. I've had thorns my whole life, for as long as I can remember. They called it treatment, but in truth, they were just using me as a guinea pig for their research.
You mean, they experimented on you?
That's right. All I was to them was a riddle to solve. They poked and prodded me, trying to figure out what triggered my thorns or changed the form they took. Day in and day out, every single day, one test after another. I'm still surprised they didn't try to dissect me. The look they gave me whenever one of them touched my skin. How could I forget it? Reeling from the pain, like I was a monster or something. Some existence, huh? A blight on any I touched, helplessly complicit in their pain. I thought things couldn't get any worse, but then they did. I started to have nightmares, visions of the coming apocalypse. Is it any wonder I lacked a cheery disposition? Unable to so much as touch another soul. Loneliness was my best friend. Sure, I survived, but with the knowledge that one day I'd be swallowed up by oblivion. And that's when it hit me. If I was going to die, then it should mean something. If I have to sacrifice myself to save the world, so be it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you relive that.
No, it's fine. I'm in a much better place now.
You say it's your destiny to die so that others can live. But why not the other way around? Why shouldn't we be the ones dying to save you?
Are you crazy? Why would you sacrifice your life for...
That's exactly my point. Why should you have to give up your life just because you drew the short straw in the destiny stakes? How is that even right? It's that logic that's used to justify slavery, as if some of us were just meant to be sacrificed. This struggle was never about saving only ourselves. But that doesn't mean we have to give up our own lives to save everyone else's either. If we're doing this to protect people, if we're doing this to save the world from destruction, then that has to include saving each other as well.
A world free of sacrifice. That's what you've been fighting for all along, isn't it?
Not just me. We're in this together, remember? This fight is yours too, Xion. If we're going to win, everyone has to win. There can be no room for losers in this fight. Now I see it. The true nature of our struggle.
A victory without losers. But that means that a Dahnan victory over Rena can't be the end. Do you think we can pull it off?
You bet we can pull it off. We have to. It's the only hope we have of things ever changing.
Yeah, you're right. No one's ever changed the future without aiming for the stars. We can do this together.
Hey, Alphen, listen to this! So Law and I were just talking and...
Hey, shut up!
What's got Law all flustered?
Only that he's afraid of flying, the big baby. And after all that fuss he made about naming the ship, too.
Hey, I never said I was scared. I just think it's, a little unsettling how we're going to be cruising through space in a glorified tin can. That's all.
It's a starship, dummy. That's what it's supposed to do. I don't think there's anything strange about it.
Well, maybe you're the one with the problem then.
Guys. I'm no expert, but I think we can trust Renan technology. It got me to Dahna in one piece, remember?
Oh, that's a good point. If you think so, Alphen, it must be okay. Don't you agree, Law?
Hard to argue with that, seeing how you hitched a ride in one of these things before, Alphen. It's just wrong, okay?
Is she going to be motion sick as well? What? Yeah. Wouldn't be seasick if they're not at sea, so. Motion.
You okay? Feeling airsick?
Actually, now that you mention it, not at all. These starships are a remarkably smooth ride, all things considered. Nothing like being at sea, thank goodness.
Glad to hear it. That device there caught your eye, huh?
I was just wondering what it is. It looks big enough to fit a person inside of it.
It's a healing pod. It fixes injuries and illnesses.
Oh, you don't say. That should definitely come in handy if any of us get injured while we're down there. Alphen? Was it something I said?
No, I was just thinking back to when I escaped Lenegis, that's all. What with the ceremony and losing control, I was a total mess. Naori laid me inside here.
So, you're saying you got in this thing straight after escaping? But that'd mean you were inside for 300 years?
Yes, it sounds crazy, I know. But don't even ask me why I stayed asleep all that time.
That's definitely quite some lie-in, all right. But still, whether you meant to or not, I sure am glad that it's this century that you finally woke up in.
What do you mean?
With the amount of fighting we've done, we would have never made it this far without you. And not only that, but... Alphen, can you recall back to what it is that I said to you? Back when we left Menancia? About the dream of coexistence, and needing to learn what it entailed?
Of course. That's why you came with us, right? To learn what you couldn't at home.
Even in that time, I was well aware that what I was living was a lie. But at the same time, I also felt really compelled to fulfill my brother's wishes. I'll always remember him fondly. But the coexistence we're fighting for isn't for him. It's for people now, and those still to come. The world's bigger than just Menancia. My dream is for all Danans, wherever they might be, to be free. If I've learned anything on this journey, it's that. And the one who brought me along was you, Alphen. I'll forever be grateful to you.
Well, we're not out of this forest just yet. You should probably save your thanks. At least, until we've dealt with the Red Woman.
I know. But whatever we find when we get down there, I'm through looking the other way.
Kisara.
Probably getting a little ahead of myself, huh? Let's take things one step at a time.
Is everyone about ready? We'll soon be making preparations to land.
Before we do that, just what exactly should we expect when we get down there?
Kisara has a point. Now that I think of it, I don't know the first thing about Lenegis.
I'd like to hear more too. It's been centuries since I was last there, and they didn't exactly give me the grand tour.
Very well. First and foremost, Lenegis was the base of operations in charge of the crown contest on Dana. Of course, it also happens to be a city in its own right, complete with its own independent society. Its social structure is based on a strict hierarchy. Put simply, the strength of an individual's astral arts carries great weight.
Enough to determine someone's social rank, you mean? But astral arts are innate, right? So people's positions are fixed at birth.
They can be honed with the right training, and there are admittedly other factors at play. But yes, that's basically the gist. As a result, family lines that churn out lords and their contenders wield disproportionate influence, and those lineages are treated as nobility.
Those capable of only weak astral arts are effectively an underclass, denied the right to descend to Dana even if they wanted to. Still, even the lowest rung on the Renan ladder is considered superior to being a Danan. Keep that in mind down there.
Thanks for the warning. As a lord, Dohalim must have been pretty high up in the pecking order, right? What about you, Shion?
Come on, you've seen her skill with astral arts. You really need to ask?
Fair point.
On arts alone, you're right. I'd have been sitting pretty. But you're forgetting my thorns. They weren't exactly an invitation to high society.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's refreshing to be around someone who says what they're thinking. Life's less complicated that way.
Jeez, give backhanded compliments much?
Wait a second. Are you? He is! Lost blushing!
I am not!
Of course, separating people into castes based on something arbitrary like arts is discrimination at its worst. As if such simplistic criteria could ever be a measure of someone's worth.
So this Red Woman, are we expecting to find her on Lenegis?
I would wager so. Lenegis is too deeply involved in all this to discard the possibility. Chances are she's also connected to the Renis Alma being stolen from us in Pelegion.
If the Renis Alma is being used to exploit Dana, we need to take it back at all costs.
That Red Woman's got a lot to answer for. Just as well I've got a ton of questions.
We're about to land. The descent could be a little bumpy, so brace yourselves.
If there are clues about your thorns out there, Shion, we'll find them. There's no one here. I wasn't expecting a welcome mat, but still.
Lenegis' infrastructure is largely automated. Besides, people won't be expecting incoming traffic while the crown contest is still underway.
Do you think anyone realizes that we're here?
We may not have received a royal welcome, but I doubt our entrance went unnoticed. Don't let your guard down.
I really hope we don't have to fight anybody while we're here.
So now what? We've come all this way on a hunch that this red woman is here, right? And if we're lucky, the Renis Alma too. Any idea where we should start looking?
There is an area of the city that is accessible only to the Sovereigns, known as the Forbidden Zone. That seems as good a place as any for us to start.
Forbidden? What are they hiding?
I don't know, hence my desire to find out. Fortunately, we just so happen to have a Sovereign in our midst. In any case, changing the shape of a huge structure such as Lenegis would have required an immense source of power.
Then you think that source might have been the Renis Alma?
Precisely. Alphen said that he remembered the Renis Alma being used in the spirit channeling ceremony 3 centuries ago. Whatever the ceremony's purpose, if preparations are underway for it to be held once more, then the Renis Alma might be in the same place as last time, possibly together with the Red Woman. Hiding something of that worth in the residential quarters would only court trouble. In which case...
It stands to reason we should be looking somewhere normally out of bounds. Is that it?
Indeed.
But it's been over 300 years since I was made a Sovereign. You can't seriously think I'll be able to waltz right into the place after all this time.
There's only one way to find out. If there's even a chance you can get us in, I say we give it a shot.
Shion's right. Who knows? We might even find a clue to her thorns while we're at it.
All right. It's not like we're swimming in leads, so let's try to track down the Forbidden Zone. Beyond that wall lies a city full of Renins. The capital city where Shion and Dohalim used to live, no less. Who knows what we'll find on the other side?
Thinking about what could be lurking out here is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
For such a loudmouth, you sure can be a worrywart at times.
Oh, I'm sorry. How stupid of me for wanting us to stay safe.
Would you two children stop squabbling? Or do you want everyone to know we're here?
So how many Renins actually live in this place?
I couldn't tell you exactly, though not as many as you might expect. Machines and Zeugles take care of most of the city's basic functions.
There's Zeugles out here too, huh? Sounds like we can't afford to let our guard down after all.
Hey, we can so fast travel around. Okay. That's nice to know.
What in the world?
This being Renan territory, I was prepared for a lot of things to look different. But this is a bit more than I anticipated.
The very foundations of the city have shifted. What could have caused this?
When Lenegis changed shape, it must have had an effect on the interior, too.
Maybe when they sent the wedge down to Dana?
But they wouldn't move around the places where people live. These are their homes, right?
I would think the citizens themselves didn't have much say in the matter. Either way, locating the Forbidden Zone just became that much trickier.
Dohalim? Is that you?
Avakir, I'm glad to see you're well.
So it is you! But why are you here? Shouldn't you be down on Dana participating in the crown contest? And these people!
So you haven't heard what happened on Dana, then?
Heard what?
Someone you know?
An old friend.
Hey, Dohalim, don't tell me you've started keeping company with...
They're with me. More importantly, what's happened here?
I'm really not sure. The city's foundations began to shift without warning, and now everything looks like this. We're all waiting for the Sovereign to tell us what's happening, but so far...
Avakir, listen to me. We're looking for the Forbidden Zone. Do you have any idea where we might find it?
The Forbidden Zone? What business could you possibly have there?
Trust me. The less you know, the better.
You're just the same as ever. I wish I could help, but what with the changed topography, I can barely locate my own home. Let alone the Forbidden Zone.
Very well. It looks like we'll have to find the way there ourselves.
Have you seen Faria yet?
No.
I see. Well, nothing much has changed with her. If anything, she's probably even more...
I can well imagine.
Why did you come back? You know it can only result in pain for you both.
I've no doubt of that.
You really are the same as ever. Fine, I understand. Just don't say I didn't warn you. And take care of yourself, okay, Do?
So who's Faria?
Law?
If what Avakir said is true, it would seem the people of Lenegis are being kept in the dark about what's happening down on Dana.
They seem to be just as clueless about what's going on up here in their own world. Despite the fact that it's actually here that the wedge originally came from.
We need more information. Let's talk to the citizens, see what we can find out.
While we're at it, we can ask them about the Red Woman, too.
And don't forget about finding the way to the Forbidden Zone either.
Let's leave the talking to Shion. We can't have a bunch of Danans poking their noses around.
Good idea. I think that's for the best.
I shall assist.
You sure?
Being a lord on Lenegis has its advantages.
Right. Then we'll leave it to you two. The Danans among us should probably keep our heads down.
What if people freak out?
I shall explain it away by saying I'm leading you.
What are we, dogs?
What could be so important? It's worth destroying people's livelihoods and homes in the process. It's just... unbelievable. Uprooting an entire city as if it were mere building blocks. Someone's got an awful lot of questions to answer.
From how it looks, they must be siphoning off astral energy from Dana, and then sending it to Rena.
But why do all this? What for? Surely they can't be using all that energy for the crown contest.
Whatever their purpose, disrupting their siphoning process alone won't be sufficient. Not while we still don't know what their endgame is.
He's right. We need to stop this from happening ever again.
This Forbidden Zone might be where we find some answers, right? So what are we waiting for? Let's get moving!
You heard him. You don't have time to stop and chat. Let's move.
So, I've been wondering, do you think when Lenegis was built, it was even made with people living here in mind?
What do you mean?
Well, none of this happened by coincidence, right? They must have designed it to transform like this. But then, if they knew people were going to live here, you'd think they would have taken that into consideration, to avoid all this chaos.
Ordinarily, yes. You'd think so. Trust me, as far as we were concerned, Lenegis was our home, nothing more. No one knew about all this. It makes you wonder whether the city was just built on as an afterthought. But if so, to what exactly?
Sorry. That probably sounded weird, huh?
Not at all. Sometimes it takes an outsider's eye to help you notice what you've been missing all along. This place is a mystery, that's for sure. Something tells me we'll find answers where we're going, though.
Yeah, you're right, Xion. I'm sure we will.
Everything will be okay now.
I know the basics of healing arts, but my skills pale in comparison.
Oh, dear me. What an unspeakable mess this has all become. Just look at the state of our city. Even the Zeugles have stopped heeding our commands. Whatever did we do to deserve this?
You really have no clue what might have caused this?
Would that I have. Alas, there was no warning, no prior decree. His Highness must have deemed it unnecessary for us to know. We have no choice but to grin and bear it. But do my eyes deceive me? Could I really be standing in the presence of his lordship, Dohalim of the House Ylcaris? I believed he was on Dana.
Your eyes do not deceive you. It is I, one and the same. I have returned to fulfill a special duty, the details of which I cannot divulge.
As your lordship wishes. First, Lenegis mutates beyond recognition. Now this unexpected visit? The Sovereign's plans are inscrutable indeed. The Ylcaris House has produced a great many lords over the centuries. I shall be praying for your victory in the latest crown contest.
Your good wishes do me an honor.
Your lordship! Oh, what a great honor it is to finally meet you. I descended to Dana during the last crown contest also. Alas, when the contender I was backing failed to clinch the title, I returned. I witnessed the deaths of so many slaves.
Indeed.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're looking for a woman dressed all in red. Have you seen anyone of that description?
All red, eh? No, I can't say I remember anyone like that. I imagine she'd stand out somewhat, too.
Yeah. What about down on Dana during the crown contest? You didn't see anyone like that hanging around the lord you were serving?
What's with all these questions? I've never seen her, okay? Not recently or otherwise. Why do you want to find her anyway?
Never mind. Forget I asked. Sorry to take up your time. Is everything okay? You look a little lost.
Hmm? Oh, yes. I can't seem to find my way home, is all. I was just about to make my umpteenth attempt at a new route.
I was hoping to head this way myself. The situation is a real pain, huh?
I suppose the Sovereign knows best. I daren't stay here too long, though. A lower caste can only linger around these parts for so long before I outstay my welcome. I was hoping to avoid it, but maybe I'll have to go that way after all.
You mean you know another way round?
Lord Dohalim Ilkaris! But how? Last I heard, you were in Dana competing in the crown contest.
Yes, strange, isn't it? If you know another route, we'd be grateful if you could tell us.
But of course. Please forgive me. There's a wall that sprung up ahead of here, with what looks to be an entrance in it. I thought maybe it was a passageway between the different quarters, but I've no way of knowing for sure.
It's worth investigating, at least. I shall go and assess the situation. In the meantime, wait for me here. If it looks safe, I'll come and let you know.
You'd really do that for me? A lord troubling himself for someone of my lowly status?
Our lot in life is of little consequence. We are both Renan, first and foremost.
Oh, why yes, my lord. Thank you.
Well, we've canvassed the city for information. What do you think?
No one has the faintest idea what's happened to the city after all. They haven't heard the news about the crown contest either.
You'd think that info would easily find its way up here. Has it always been like that?
Not to this extent, which would indicate that something's suppressing the truth, that Lenegis is under some kind of control.
Given everything that's happened to their city, the people here seem weirdly okay with it all.
Yeah, that one guy even said his Zoogle had stopped listening to him. If that's true, these people are in big trouble.
Everything that happens here is attributed to the Sovereign's will. It's the way people have been conditioned. Their belief runs deep. Nothing happens devoid of a reason. To them, it's all part of the Sovereign's grand plan.
The Sovereign's plan. There is one thing I'm still not sure about. Just who is this person ruling over Lenegis?
The Sovereign, of course. He rules from Rena while presiding over both Rena and Lenegis.
Without the lords or anyone in the middle doing his dirty work? Isn't Rena at least the same size as Dana? That's a pretty big dominion for one person to rule over. I would have thought ruling Lenegis alone would be difficult enough.
The points you make are valid, though I confess I'd never given it much thought before. Here, the Sovereign's total authority is as natural as night turning to day. Come to think of it, I know nothing of the nature of how Rena itself is. Shion, have you ever been... No, forgive me. Have you met or crossed paths with, or even heard of someone who's actually made a visit to the homeland?
No, I haven't.
Neither have I. In which case, I would imagine that... But no, surely not. Can it really be that no citizen of Lenegis has ever been there?
Hold up, what are you getting at, Dohalim?
Assuming what I believe to be correct, it's possible that no one on Lenegis has ever laid eyes on the actual Renan homeworld itself. No one but the Sovereign, that is.
But what about trade and communication? There's got to be a flow back and forth, surely.
Not if the Sovereign is imposing his will on Lenegis single-handedly. It could be a one-way street.
But I thought you said that the Sovereign's all the way over on Rena. If that's the case, can he really rule directly over Lenegis from so far away? What if something were to happen to the city, like now?
I'm beginning to wonder what the nature of this Sovereign even is. Alphen said he was forced into the role, right? Just before the ceremony. But Sovereign is also the title given to the almighty Renan ruler. So which one is it?
Whoever wins the crown contest inherits the throne from his or her predecessor, before becoming ruler over all of Rena and Lenegis. Thereafter, that individual is known as the Sovereign. Though, it would appear that the current ruler has gone silent. As for how Volron factors into all this, at this point, I no longer know what to believe.
3 centuries ago, I became the Sovereign here on Lenegis. No, not just became, I was forced to. Me, a Dahnan. 300 years later, we cross paths with Volron, who also bears the Sovereign's crest. That's not the only thing we have in common. We both became Sovereign without winning the crown contest.
Do you think Volron was made Sovereign for the same reason? Because of that ceremony?
I can't say for sure, but it certainly sounds like it.
But that would mean that 2 Sovereigns would need to exist at any one time. One whose job it is to rule, and the other for ceremonial purposes. We never did see Volron's body back in Ganath Haros. Is a new ceremony underway with Volron at its center this time? Could that be what's causing all this strange activity here?
Wait a second. You don't think Volron and the Red Woman are working together, do you? The ceremony can't go forward without the Renis Alma. The same one that the Red Woman stole.
There's something else the ceremony needs. A maiden. And unless there's another one out there aside from me...
Questions, questions, and yet more questions. Ones that it seems will remain unanswered, until we can establish the Sovereign's identity.
If the Forbidden Zone really is off-limits to everyone but the Sovereign, that seems as good a place as any to start. For the sake of liberating Dana, too.
Then it's decided. That's where we need to go.
One of the citizens mentioned a passage that she thought might lead to another section of the city. It could point us in the right direction. Let's go find it! I didn't realize Renans oppressed their own kind, too.
And yet, weirdly, none of them seem to mind. Am I the only one who finds that strange?
It is the way things have always been, so no one thinks to question it. You have experience in that regard yourself, do you not?
Unquestioning acceptance of your own servitude. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Even so, the quality of life here seems much higher than any Dahnan city we visited. I used to think it was impossible to build an ideal society without wealth. But I suppose having it doesn't always mean people are treated fairly either.
More to the point, not a single citizen seems to have even heard of the Red Woman.
What if she's not here? What if it turns out we're looking in the wrong place entirely?
It's still too early to say anything for sure.
For all we know, she might be able to blend in, move around unnoticed. I say we hold off judgment until we've exhausted every avenue.
Tell me, Dohalim, has that skill of yours got a name?
And what skill would this be, pray tell?
You know, when you're talking to people around town. The way they suddenly become putty in your hands.
I'm afraid I don't quite follow.
I do. It's called friendly intimidation. Look imposing and speak in a deep, booming voice, and presto, you'll have people wrapped around your finger in no time.
I would never stoop to such scandalous tricks. Any feelings of intimidation are solely in the eye of the beholder.
So there is a knack to it! How do you learn it? Can anyone do it?
Now you've got me curious. Is there special training to master?
Let's see. An obsession with being elegant is a must. Oh, and it helps to be old-fashioned, too. Bonus points if you speak in a way no one can understand.
If you've a bone to pick with me, it'd be quicker to just come out and say it.
What? They look up to you, that's all. I'm just helping them along.
Hey! What's got into Alvin and Law all of a sudden?
I can barely understand a word they're saying. And what's with the weird poses? Was it something they ate?
I hope you're willing to take the blame for this one.
I wasn't expecting them to take me so seriously. I'll go and have a word with them.
That one was in the demo. Okay, I didn't. Okay.
With nobody left to run the show, I wonder what the people here are supposed to do. I mean, there's sovereigns up on the Renan homeworld, and all their lords were sent to Dana.
But Dohalim was a lord, right?
Only current acting lords have power. Renan society is quite strict about such matters.
Even if the other lords were still around, I doubt they'd be able to do much about the situation.
I wonder what they'd think if they were here to see Lenegis now. Balsif, Ganabelt, Almadria, and Volron. Now that I think of it, aside from Dohalim, we know next to nothing about the other lords.
Well, yeah, why would we? To us Danans, they were just enemies we needed to overthrow. Nothing more.
I know. But seeing Renans in their own city, going about their day-to-day lives, it gets you thinking.
It feels strange to imagine the lords living here too, you mean?
Yeah, a little.
If you're that curious about them, why not try inquiring with some of the locals? Every lord in their household has their share of supporters here on Lenegis. And luckily for us, the people here are unaware of the events on Dana, which means they should be more inclined to talk to us.
Yes! Yes!
Balsef had it in him to care about someone other than himself? Really?
It's possible. A change in position can do much to alter one's perspective.
So even he might have had something he wanted to protect.
Hmm?
I guess she intended to spread it throughout all of Lenegis then.
Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from commenting.
What? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ganabelt was so horrible to people. Yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena.
It seems like Ganabelt also had people he cared about until the very end.
So why couldn't he extend that to us Danans?
This area doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district we went through.
Indeed, the effects of Lenegis' transformation appear to be less pronounced here. Or, viewed another way, this area was simply luckier.
Pardon me.
I guess her willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but championed it as morally right too.
That doesn't make it true. Too bad they couldn't see through her.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Okay.
It seems like the people on Lenegis don't really know much about Volron either.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganath Harros changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary. Remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
When you think about it, the families of Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
Yeah, despite the brutality they're known for.
They must have had a lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities of Renan society.
Renans live in a world where strength and power determine their position in the social hierarchy, so they tend to grow up fiercely competitive. But their loyalty to their people is also strong. It's what brings them together against outside forces, and nothing exemplifies that more than the Lords.
That's what makes them the guardians of all of Rena, so to speak.
Right. It's the same reason Balsif hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you, because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alphen, have you gained anything from all of this?
Yeah. I think it's made me realize that the Lords were all people, too. Balsif and the others, they all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Yeah, but still, just because they had loved ones in their lives doesn't mean...
I know. What they did was horrible. I'm not trying to dispute that. But at the same time, they weren't incomprehensible monsters either. They were individuals, just like the rest of us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is...
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters. Even if they did terrible things, they were still just people.
Rinwell.
Am I wrong?
Not at all.
Being a Dahnan doesn't make you a good person. And being a Renan doesn't make you a bad one. I think that's something we've all seen.
Shion and Dohalim definitely make a good case for it.
And I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure I earn that trust. As a fellow human being above all else.
What's this thing? There's something I just don't get.
What is it?
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead as planned, right? In which case, the current Sovereign of Rena should be whoever it was that won the previous contest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, who was it then?
Hanfrikt Milgras, the former Lord of Cyslodia, if memory serves.
So then this Hanfrikt whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
The last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous contest.
You're saying that ever since becoming Sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegis?
I guess over holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the Sovereign that came before him.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegis from the Motherland, Sovereign or otherwise.
And that never struck you as a little bit odd?
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned not to notice all these strange quirks and discrepancies. The question is then, by whom? And to what end?
A new Renis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest, meaning each victor is awarded their very own. In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but going on what we witnessed in Pelegion, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order. But if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they? Quite frankly, I'm not even sure what to believe anymore.
You and me both. Though we are Renin by blood, neither of us even knew that such a thing as a Dark Master Core existed, remember?
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some answers.
No use standing around here chatting about it then. Let's get a move on.
Doe?
Faria.
Faria? Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was...
But why are you here? Wait, don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord, you still... kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
Dohalim.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Hold on. Oh. So that's the way we want to go. It almost seems like the red woman. I forget what they're called. But if you've seen the newest season of Sword Art Online, Sword Art Online Alicization, well, it's Alicization because Underworld, the Dark World War, whatever the second part of that is called. I don't remember what's called. But the first part, the Senate, the like white guys that whenever people break the law, they appear and then send one of them, send one of the knights to go get them. It kind of seems like that's what popped in my head after she appeared behind her. Just those guys, just because they appear out of nowhere. So. And also, from the intro, we know that there's more than one of them. So, like, unless you haven't put that together or watched the intro.
Wow, this place is beautiful!
Yeah, it must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renan sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together. Avakir, Faria, and Tarnagin. That was a lifetime ago now.
Tarnagin. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed. Despite Faria's lower-class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnagin and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnagin and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnagin had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnagin was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait, don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less, she would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty, instead I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Dahnans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shion. I promise he does.
I hope you're right. Alphen.
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
I see a medic and supply officer over there. If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
Guessing since that's there, we're probably gonna... Oh, yep. We're gonna start fighting.
Damn it. Lenegis soldiers.
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Well, so much for them not wanting to fight.
Oh! I am Lord Dohalim of Helden Menencia. I command you.
The rest of the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not, if they want to fight, they've got one.
This one's mine!
You're mine! An astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down! Can't get out of this! Here I come!
Here goes! Burning!
Their arts were interrupted. I can carve through armor.
Demon Fang! Dragon Form! You picked the wrong fight!
It's weakened!
This ends now! Double Demon Fang! Allow me to help you.
Now you've gone and ticked me off!
It's time! Dragon Form! I can't get out of this! I'm grateful. This one's all mine! You're mine! Face my
All together, everyone! Ha! Flare the Malisa!
It's mine!
Denied! Do it!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! My turn! I'm not done! Dragon down! Take down! I'm not done! I owe you one! Dragon Form!
Confiscated!
It's time! I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Shine! My turn! Strike! Fire support!
Healing Circle!
Here I come! Sword Rain Alpha! Moon! Dragon Form!
Take this! Now you see what I can do!
It's over!
Healing Circle!
Dragon Form! You're mine! Sword Rain Alpha! My Dragon Form! Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think we can handle this area yet. When we're 2 levels below. Wow, the guards are painful. Everything is green. What enemies are. Oh. Just gonna walk past. Don't mind me. I'm not here. Dude. What is the difficulty rate? Hold on, like, I want to see something. Like, if I switch it down to normal. I want to know how difficult
I won't
that's
forgive
right.
you.
In a bind.
Like, I'm going to assume they do less damage in terms of less health or armor.
Here goes. I never miss.
Hold nothing back!
You know,
This ends now.
the strike built up fast. Yeah, that's building up a whole lot fast. Oof.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Not a chance!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and bubbling to me.
I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact Rock!
We can really make weapons with this?
Okay. Dude, I really just can't see the numbers. 800. That one first. That's a big guy. So we have to go.
Those soldiers don't seem to have
Go.
any qualms about attacking on sight.
Is someone making them stand guard over the Forbidden Zone? This one will be difficult to predict.
In a bind? Piercing?
Ignite target cross blade!
Don't suffer in silence.
Inferno! I can handle it.
Take this!
Denied.
Dragon Form!
I'm done. I won't fight just for the sake of it.
Dude. The damage difference is definitely noticeable. Oh, okay, permanent up there.
Pieces! Attack time! Armor won't save you! Can you take it? It's in your
Time
hands
to
now.
let it rip! You'll pay for that!
Here, let me help. It's like trying to keep up with a wolf. I'll
Sword
bring
Rain
you back from
Alpha!
death to
Dragon Swarm! Megasonic Thrust! Here!
Here's a healer.
It's too much! Coming through! Ha!
It didn't do the one that I want, but it's
Scarlet Inferno! Double Demon Fang!
Where are you going?
Companion! It's too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up. From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with life.
Water, hear my
Resuscitation.
call. Inferno crosser.
Breath of life. Heal my weary companion. Cure. I owe you one.
No more playing nice.
Double Demon Fang! Dragon
This is it.
Here I come!
Out of there.
Anything in armor is all mine.
Sword Rain Alpha! Ignite!
Allow me to help you.
Glacial spear.
Dragon Swarm!
Captivity.
I let my guard down.
Stay away from my friend!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Dragon Swarm!
Any more of this and I'll burn out. This is some punishment.
Dragon Swarm! Take this! Crush!
Mega Ray!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Can't be happening. Here goes! Crescent Moon! Congregate!
Double Demon Fang!
Now you've gone and ticked me off.
Here I come!
Thunder Field!
Raging Gate! You picked the wrong fight!
Anything in armor is all mine. I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malisa!
Lightning condemned!
Dragon Swarm!
Thunderblade!
Dragon Swarm!
Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth,
Start
Holy
up!
Glimmer! Holy Lance!
Double Demon Fang!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, Holy Glimmer! Holy
Not
Lance!
like this.
Double Demon Fang!
Thunder Field!
Double
Raging
Demon
Cascade!
Fang! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Wind Astral Energy! Raging Cascade! Sleep now. I'll be
The
saving
flame
this one.
inside me
I'll
yearns
be
to be
first.
let free!
Anything in armor is all mine.
Forward action!
Armor won't save you.
Oh,
Dragon
violent
Swarm!
guarding wind. Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Dude, it's fucking
Does anyone
snowing.
else
No
think
wonder
this
it's
may
fucking
be
cold
just a bit too
outside.
tough for us?
Ah. So we go from a flash flood warning, which we're in Virginia, it happens all the time, to it snowing. Oh, okay. Virginia weather is amazingly awkward. Then again, it's pretty much the same weather as any coast state. Like, the weather is like constantly changing. It's like, oh yeah, you just had like a really hot day? Okay, we're a really cold day. Oh, you just had a really cold day? It's been a really cold week? Oh yeah, no, here's a completely average temperature days. What? You know, I really shouldn't be skipping these fights, but I'm not winning. I'm not going to be able to win against them right now. Dude, it's snowing quite. It's not sticking, but it's pretty constant. Let's just go ahead and save before I go in here, just in case if it's a boss fight. Yeah, no, that's not sticking. Or at least I don't see any spots that it's sticking.
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
Alphen.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Dahnan. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dahna. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Dahnan astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dahna's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegis. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden, that's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
Well, I'm gonna have to say that's a big nope for me then. Boss fight. Yay. Do I feel... Dude, I don't even feel like we can take it on. We can barely fight the normal enemies here. Do I even want to walk into the room? You know, why not? Come on, show me the cutscene. What are we fighting?
Faria, how did you get in here? Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
How would you know? They had helmets on.
Summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when— We can talk later. Here it comes! What? I've never known Faria to control Zoogles like that before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a Master Sword?
What the? Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Zoogles, then we get some answers.
Go for the weak point!
Ready and rare!
Here!
Armor won't save you!
I'll bring you back
You'll pay for that! Double Demon Fang!
You know, I could probably win this fight if I just stay back.
Heal my wearied companion! This is some punishment.
I'll bring you
That's
back
what
from
I
Death's Abyss! Resuscitation! Here's a hero!
Train harder.
First aid!
This one's mine.
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss!
Lightning strike.
Resuscitation!
Piercing roar.
I'm not done!
Black Salt.
Here I go! Lightning! Down!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Stay away from my friend! Take this! Double Demon Fang! Sword Rain Alpha! Force of regeneration! Burn in hell! Let us take to the fray!
Tiger Blade! Reload!
You
Hurricane Thrust! Lightning Strike! Out of ammo! That'll bring you down! I'm ready! Piercing roar!
Double Demon Fist! Shine! Radiant Light! Force of regeneration! Thanks! Double Demon Fang! Allow me to help you! Armor won't save you! Double Demon Fang! Can you take it? Forgive me. This is my fault.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
This one's all mine! No time!
That's not the ability I wanted to activate.
Can't get out of this!
Glacial Fire! Resuscitation! Inferno Blast!
Anything in order is all mine! Now you see what I can do!
Double Demon Fang!
Going in!
Can you take it now? This
I
one's
never
all mine!
Hurricane Radiant here! Lightning Strike! Radiant here!
I couldn't make it in time. Soaring Blast! I've used too much.
Hurricane Strike!
It's in your hands now.
I'll bring you back!
Double Demon Fang!
Here goes! Resuscitation! There! I have to train harder. By the power of water! Not on my watch! I'm all stuffed up!
This one's all mine!
Raging Storm is here!
Eat dirt!
Tunnel! Photon here!
Hurricane Thrust!
Magic is there!
Tear! Hurricane Thrust!
Flood here! I'm out of ammo! I'm all stuffed up! Annihilation! Magna Ray! Lightning Orb!
This should do it! I'll smash you!
Can't be happening!
You! Stay away from my friend!
Holy Land!
Double Demon Fang!
Fighting wind! Carve now through all! Crossblade!
I don't think we have. Well, Alphen, I think he only has one. How many light things do we actually have? Is there only light? Yeah.
The wind! Field! More for the stockpile! Raging Cascade! Field! More for the stockpile! Can't take care of...
Dazzle! Devastation! This one's all mine!
Ready and raring!
Be still! Take this! Cut! Hurricane Thrust! Lunar Rondo!
Now you see what I can do! Eat this! Talon Hurricane! I'm just getting started! Inferno!
Let that bodies block the bullets.
Not my finest.
Interesting thing to find out.
Sword Rain Alpha! You're mine! Struck! Double Demon Fang! This one's all mine! Burn in hell! Be still! Hurricane Thrust! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! Hut! 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 Double Demon Fang! Hut! 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 Dragon Swarm! That does it!
I don't. We probably could, but that's a lot of resources. Just for that. I'm good. So, give me one moment. Okay. Hey, it stopped snowing. What? Hey, the first intro. I guess it was good of me to save here. Okay, either way. Dude, I don't even remember what all the people's, what levels they were. I guess so. Let's go. Cannot do. Well, we can do. Why are you so at the top? Can't do. We need to continue. This is one that we've almost beaten. That's a level 50. We're not doing that right now. Even if we could, like, if we could, that 80% experience bonus would be nice. But there's a boss as well. The Phantom Flower level, please. 54. Oof. Yeah, no. Dude, even if it's like 4 levels above us, it one-shots us. Dude, even if there are 5 levels below us, they one-shot us. Seaside Tornadoes. Level, please. What level? 42. Okay, that's one of the birds. Okay. So we could do this one. That unlocks a skill tree for, Renwell. Seaside Storms. Skybound Storms level. 42, so we could do that one as well. That one we need her highest tier book. Master of Nature's like 44? Master of Nature level. It's kind of annoying that it just doesn't just tell you. I actually have to click it. 40, was it? No, 42. No, I thought it was like 44. Okay. So that one also unlocks a skill tree. That's I'm not even gonna look that one up. That's like a 50 something. An eternal rival. That is a solo battle. Eternal rival level, please. That gives her armor. What? Oh. Dude, I don't know why I'm still clicking on that one. That one doesn't even give you the info about it. 44. Okay. Okay, so that one would be kind of difficult, but it's also meant for a solo her place. That's the B, right? Yeah. Defeat the... Yeah, Queen Bee. Okay. What? Dude, what? 45. Okay, hold on now. I need to re-look at this. Because she's a tornado novel. Yeah. I don't care about that one anymore. Dude, that one also is bad. What about this one? Do you actually tell me the level? No, you don't. Lovely. Does this one actually say all? Show. Master of Nature is 42. That's 42 as well. Her place is 45. Okay. Intense Rage. That's that one. That's a 56. Yeah, I'm good. Okay. So. In sync. In sync. We went into this one, but it's been too long. Dude, what? Dude, why is that even called a guide? Dude. Which is the worst thing about this is if they actually went in and like put like the level of the creature in there. Ooh, actually. Okay. Twitch, can I not be disconnected from chat? Okay, we're doing that one first. That is apparently a level 29. It is over here. Not that one. That one's 45. It's that one. It's snowing again.
We've reached our destination.
Right. Okay. We get a fishing thing from this, right? Does it actually say the real words? Yeah.
It's huge. I bet it'd be a good way to test my strength.
Don't get carried away, Law. I won't forgive you.
Scream, bathe, and blood. In a bind? Pick up flyers.
I've got this. Let a marksman handle it.
All yours. The enemy wields arms too.
We'll soon see about that.
Ready to go. Sword Rain Alpha. I'll blind you with a shot. Elusive deity. Rotating pile driver. Far enough.
Here I go. Back into the fray.
Resonate with the earth. Ignite.
Hurricane
Stalagmite. On your
lightning strike.
Dragon form. Air hunter. Armor won't save you. Rending you apart.
Hurricane strike. I'm out of air. This one's mine. Lightning strike. Back into the fray.
Take this.
Searing flame. Reload. Will this help?
Elusive deity.
Healing circle. Appreciate the help.
Reflect.
Radiant pierce.
They smite with blackened
Need to pull myself together. Hurricane pierce.
Flame inside me. Yours.
Lightning strike.
Let
Out
free.
of ammo. Hurricane strike.
Resonate with the earth. Stalagmite.
It's showtime. Mega ray.
Sword Rain Alpha. I'll smash you.
Gemini Alpha.
Dragon
Annihilation.
form.
Flaming meteor. Far enough.
It's weakened.
Sword Rain Alpha. This ends now. You're mine. Take this.
Crazy left. Hurricane.
Try harder. Not a chance.
Lunar blast. God. Inferno
This one's all mine.
Radiant pierce.
Take
A glacial spear. Piercing
Not today. Negative gate. Resonate with the earth. Stalagmite.
This one's mine. Art steel. Flaming meteor.
Bloody armor won't save you.
Radiant light. Inferno crossing. Damn it. Out of it.
I'm not done.
I never miss.
On your knees. Dragon form.
Radiant light. Hurricane strike.
Resonate with the
Far
earth.
enough.
You require help. Take this. Here I come.
Inferno flame. Reload. Look sharp.
Flame inside me. Yours to be let free.
Mega ray. Lightning.
Shattering the pieces. Attack time.
First. Annihilation. Mega ray.
Resonate with the earth.
Annihilation.
Stalagmite.
Mega ray. I'm all stuffed up.
Resonate with the earth. Dragon form. Rending you a bloody Dragon form. Negative gate. Double demon fang. Now, while it's reeling.
Take it down.
Can't get out of this. Dragon form. Anything in armor is all mine. Demon wrath. Tornado drive. Seismic rupture.
Here's evil.
This one's all mine. Resonate with the earth. Stalagmite.
You picked the wrong fight!
I'm ready! Hurricane strike! This one's mine! Lightning strike! Help this! Far enough! By the power hurricane strike!
Take it! Elusive deity!
Glacial spear! Fierce evil! Go
On
in and
your
do it!
fang! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix strike! There!
Take this!
Switch to offense! Reload! Resurrection!
Eternal devastation!
By the power of water!
Eternal
devastation! Swap it!
Double demon fang!
I'll bring you back from death.
It's time! Megasonic thrust!
In a bind?
Going in!
Double demon fang!
Going in!
Negative state!
Water, hear my call! Spread! Glacial spear! Here's evil! Wits about the evil! Here's a healing arc! Thanks, Shion!
The flame inside
hear
is
my
yours
call!
to be let free! Double demon fang!
Let them know!
You picked the wrong fight!
Lightning blade! Crescent moon! Take this! Hurricane
Eternal devastation!
Execute Havoc Frost! I'm ready! This one's mine!
Eternal devastation! Negative gate!
There! Photon field! Incinerate!
Eternal devastation!
Hurricane blood!
On your knees!
Here's a healing arc! First aid!
In a bind?
Going in! Radiant heal! Radiant fire!
Elusive deity! Rotating pile! Dragon swarm!
I'm all stuffed up!
Execution!
What, does Shion die or what? Oh yeah, she is dead. Oh, okay.
Far enough!
Beyond the flame inside is yours to be let free!
Resuscitation!
Double demon fang!
What was I thinking? This one's mine!
Eat dirt!
Searing flame!
Begin!
Reload!
Take this!
Tiger blade! I'm all stuffed up! There!
Double demon fang!
Forgive me. It's my fault.
Double demon fang! Double demon fang!
Resuscitation! Breath of life. I heal my weary companion.
Not in your dreams!
Prepares it from beyond.
Breathe
Megasonic thrust!
Vanquished soul
Here!
of life. Resuscitation.
Megasonic thrust! Wide open!
It won't escape me.
Dragon swarm!
I'll heal you
This
all!
one's mine!
Plenty left!
Sword rain out!
Heal us!
Thanks, Shion.
Negative
I'm sorry to trouble.
You do the same for me. Eat dirt! That'll bring you down! Look sharp! Back into the fray!
Resonate with the earth.
Strike!
On
Explosive ring!
Water, hear my call!
Pressure. Resonate with the earth.
Flame inside is yours to be let free! Burn in hell!
Ready!
They smite! Double demon fang!
Back into the fray! Far enough! Here's a healing arm!
Double demon fang!
Thanks. Rending you a bloody
Water, hear
You
my
require
call!
a hand.
Hurricane
No
strike!
further.
Spread! Lightning strike! Burning strike! Spread!
air pressure.
Double
Resonate
demon
with the
fang!
earth.
Here I go! Searing flame! Reload!
Double demon fang!
It's
gonna
I'm
attack!
almost at right! Watch out!
Double demon fang!
Bathed in blood.
Lightning strike!
Rending you a bloody howling. Resonate with the earth. It's too much. From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with love. Resuscitation.
Double demon fang!
Heal my weary companion.
Light, I'm ready! Hurricane reload!
I owe you one! Try this!
Lightning strike!
Explosive ring!
Hurricane strike!
Take this! The flame inside is yours to be let free! Burn!
Annihilation!
Dude, you just can't get that together with it.
Far enough!
Take this. In a bind.
Here goes! Look sharp! Glacial spear! Here's the strike!
Save you. Down on the ground.
Dragon swarm! Try this!
Here's a healing art!
Explosive ring!
Going in!
And more than enough for now.
Try this! Hurricane! One more! Mega lightning strike!
Use its weak point to take it down.
All together, everyone!
Try this!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Ooh, astral flower.
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand.
I need healing. She's not healing me.
We've reached our destination.
Ah, Shion, just in the nick of time. Here, lend me a hand while I...
No!
What the... Oh, right. The thorns. My bad.
No, I'm the one who should apologize. I overreacted.
Again, Law? Can't you even go a minute without putting your foot in your mouth?
Seriously, it's fine. I'd rather that than people feeling like they're walking on eggshells around me. Besides, I'm the one who should be vigilant about not touching you guys, not the other way around.
Actually, I've been meaning to ask. Not being able to touch people, does it ever get lonely sometimes?
I guess I never really thought about it in those terms. It was either accept it for what it was or come undone. Before long, it was just part of my everyday reality. I think I even forgot there was another way to live. Which isn't to say I didn't feel alone. I did. Always.
So numb to your reality, you couldn't even recognize it as loneliness? I don't know how you managed.
It's fine. I know I'm not alone anymore.
But I can't even touch you. No way of lending you a shoulder when you're down? Even Alphen.
I appreciate the concern. Until I get rid of these thorns, I guess I'll have to put up with it just a little longer. But not forever. Alphen promised me that. Maybe it'll be soon, maybe it won't be. But either way, the day will come. And I'll be ready when it does.
Yeah, just hang in there. One day, we'll share a big warm hug. You'll see. I promise.
Oh, yeah!
Huh?
Hey! What?
Huh? I'm skeptical.
Is that...
What? Hey!
What?
What's going on here?
Oh, come on.
Huh?
What was that all about?
He just thinks something's going on between me and Rinwell. And Rinwell being Rinwell took it the wrong way. Which means now I'm getting an earful from both of them.
That really didn't explain anything.
You know, I kind of can guess what penetration does. Because I'm going to assume it kind of like Hey, the snow's finally sticking. Okay. Because I don't really think, is there a help for it? Um, you know, because I'm going to assume it's armor penetration, which I'm going to assume enemies have penetration as well. Maybe it's not that they do increase damage, which they probably do, but they also probably have increased just penetration, which makes your armor less effective. I'm gonna be right back, though. Okay, I'm back. Also, when I was away, I quickly looked up what it actually does. It actually doesn't. It's not like armor penetration at all. Apparently, the two things it dictates is like the higher it is, the higher the percentage of your hits interrupting or critical striking. Does not interact with your damage at all, other than higher chance of interrupting or critical hitting. Okay, well, either way, I would prefer that over either of those. The resistance would be pretty good. 40 penetration would be good to have because of the critical hit chance up. The interruption is also good, don't get me wrong. But the critical hit synergizes with these. Which I think we have like 2 of them. 2 or maybe 3 of them. I think Alphen has 2 of them so far. I don't know what the other one is. What is this one? Defeat all light. What? Oh, okay. All the lights. Okay, so all the elemental. We're still missing one, I think. Are we? Yeah, we're missing. Yeah, like he's missing 2, 3. You're missing an entire row as well. You're missing 3. You're missing 2. Don't lame. What's up? We can't do that quest. We could do that one, but we would have to go actually be able to go complete the quest, which is probably a no-go for right now. Either way. It is probably going to be that one. Yeah. Penetration. Ooh, elemental attack. Elemental defense. No, I'm going quickly. I'm going to grab that, but I'm going to that one. Go back to purchasing the lowest cost ones. You know, sheets pop. Well, I guess it's more because of this. Mythic crest. What is the mythic crest, though? Mythic crest. Mythic crest ultimate. What does this do? Head to the training grounds. Complete her solo battle on advance. Get a mythic crest along with rewards after earning the item. Forge one. Mythic crest accessory from a what? Reduce casting time by 20%. Okay. Okay. Well, Shion shouldn't be difficult. Do you have penetration? Potion. Increase the damage dealt. I don't have you in the fights enough for that to be worthwhile, which that's also the same. Which technically none of these. That one would be pretty good. I couldn't get that one. You don't have enough, and you have to. Where's it is right here. I don't think I bought the lure from this place. Yeah, no, I don't. No, I have. Um, 50% of 16 would be 8. So I'd be doing 24% damage? What's up, Diesel?
This is perfect! I'll have everybody's mouths watering when they see this.
Diesel, are you mad at how cold it is? You haven't been outside. Diesel, your ear is cold. Out of the two, I think. Was that a 42? I don't think I went and checked. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna run around and do these quests, just because,
We've reached our destination.
I don't think we're gonna be able to beat
I never
that
thought
boss
about
right
this
now.
until now, Elfin. But doesn't it get hot wearing that armor all the time? You feel heat and cold again, don't you?
Admittedly, yeah. It can get pretty toasty in this thing.
Is it hard when your back starts to itch?
Oh, you bet. Plus, my shoulders get stiff wearing it, even if it's not all that heavy.
Kisara looks like she manages all right with her armor.
Armor takes a strong body and a stout heart.
Spoken like a true guardsman. Not that I really get what you mean.
The more I think about it, the more I realize what a pain it must be. Like, what do you do when you need to take a leak?
Ew!
That part can be a bit of a pain, yeah. More things to take off.
That sucks, man. Wouldn't it be easier if you just walked around outside of your armor most of the time instead?
You never know when the enemy might attack. As tempting as it might be to take it off, it's not worth getting killed over.
So basically, you're screwed if you ever get attacked while taking a dump. Right, Rinwell?
Are you doing this on purpose?
That Zoogle looks tough, but...
I think we're game for it, yeah.
Gotta break through!
I'm not so good with airborne targets.
That'll bring you down. Anything in old line.
Why can't they just sit still?
Here I go.
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Smash you! Here!
Double Demon Fang! Sword Rain Alpha! You picked the wrong fight! You're mine! Dragon Form!
In a bind?
Sword Rain Alpha!
Kitara!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Now!
Blood.
Tearing
you apart.
Bloody
Hurricane! Resonate with the earth. Stalagmite.
Hurricane
Rending you apart.
Do it!
Tear!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Here's a
My
healing
turn!
arc!
Hurricane Thrust!
Soaring blade.
Tear! Hurricane Thrust!
Watch and weep!
Sword Rain Alpha! You're
Shattering up pieces! Attack time!
Hitting Pile Driver! You're finished!
Tornado drive.
Double Demon Fang! Not a chance!
Dance on the wind.
Not today!
Lightning strike!
Take this!
Hurricane
You
strike!
require a hand!
Havoc
Hurricane
thrust!
Thrust!
Tear!
Hurricane Thrust! Tear!
Take this! Thanks, Sion. Hurricane I never miss! Lightning strike!
Hurricane Thrust!
Glacial spear!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Denied!
Freeze Lancer!
Bloody
Here, let me help.
on your
Stunner!
air pressure.
Hurricane strike!
Here I come!
I'm gone!
No escape! Hurricane Thrust! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! On!
Negative
This is over!
Go! Radiant
You picked the wrong fight!
It's weakened!
This ends now! Sword Rain Alpha! Dragon Form!
Flame of Fury!
Hurricane Thrust! Take this!
Lightning strike!
You're finished!
Hurricane strike!
Struck!
Take this.
Struck! It's over!
Radiant blood! Here!
Dragon Form!
Going!
Smite with blackened blade.
Shattering! Hurricane strike! Attack time! I'm out of ammo! Lightning strike! I can handle it!
Dragon Form!
Negative gate.
Far enough! Radiant pierce! I'm ready!
Breath of life.
Hurricane
Heal
Thrust!
my weary companion.
Hurricane strike!
Ignite!
Appreciate the help! Glacial spear!
Try harder! My turn!
Breath of life. Heal my weary companion.
Can't move!
Don't leave me! Hurricane strike! I never
beyond.
miss!
Imbue his
Lightning
vanquished
strike!
soul with life.
Flame of Fury! Lightning strike! Water!
Not
Hear
done
my
yet.
call! Anything in armor! Glacial spear!
weary
Only will
companion.
save you!
Do you require a hand?
Freeze
That
Lancer!
can't get out of this.
Here I go! Go! Hurricane strike! I'll heal you all! Hurricane
Hurricane
healing
Thrust!
circle!
I'm not done!
Need to pull my water! Hear my
Resonate
call!
with the earth.
This one's mine! Glacial spear! Here's evil! Glacial denied!
Bloody howling.
Eternal Devastation!
It's go time.
Radiant pierce!
Dazzle!
Sight!
Hurricane Thrust!
Hurricane strike!
Devastation!
Strike! Magna ray!
Rising Falcon!
Bloody
Iron arc!
Now!
Take it
burn
down.
all! Flaming Pillar! Fire!
Will this help? This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I'll heal you
You're
all!
mine! Dragon Form!
Healing circle!
Sorry to cut
Eternal
Tiger
Devastation!
ray! Hurricane strike! Radiant blood! Here! Lightning strike! Time to go!
You picked the wrong fight!
Here! Primed and rent!
Take this.
Eternal
By the power
Devastation!
of water!
Crush!
Into the
Eternal
shadows!
Devastation!
Hurricane strike! This one's mine! Lightning strike!
Now you see what I can do.
flame inside me yearns to be let free.
Havoc, Radiant, Pierce!
They smite with blackened flame.
Piercing Flame of Fury!
Burn in hell!
Burning Strike! Glacial Spear!
In a bind.
I didn't think you had it in you.
Piercing Roll!
Time to congratulate me later.
Nothing much I can say to that.
Bloody howling! On your... I'll smash you!
Hammy! Flame of Fury! Burning Strike! Glacial Spear! I like my guard down.
Stay away from my friend!
Lunar Corruption!
Eternal devastation! From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with life. Resuscitation! No escape!
Here goes!
I have to train harder.
Not in your dreams! Hurricane That'll bring you down! Lightning Strike!
Eternal devastation!
Havoc Crush! Mega Ray!
Eternal devastation! Armor won't save you! No escape! In a bind? Wide open! It won't escape me!
Havoc Crush!
Eternal devastation!
Hurricane Strike!
Burn!
Mega Ray! This one's
Eternal
mine!
devastation! Totally! In an instant! Impact Crush!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
There's one more level 42, right? No, that was one. No, that was the. Thought there was one more. I can check after. I can check darkness.
Yeah.
How?
Huh? Well... Hey!
Okay. Cyclone. Can she already have a cyclone now? Increase boost strike. With that, pretty much all of the fights where she just starts with it. How much? Yeah, no. Yeah, I didn't check what the actual tree gave. Complete tree, that it was. Complete tree. What do you give? Dude, you have too much penetration. Oh. If I'm not mistaken, the B is 45. I think the Master of Element was another one that we can do. technically could. What level is it? Echoes. Recommended level. 43. What does the Lucky Cat statue actually do? Okay, yeah, it's the SP. Okay. Oh, so the level are we? So we could, but we also much like I should. It would take items to get over the gap. Skybound Swarm. What level are you? I'm not even checking this one. Yes, I know how to complete the side quest game. It's not hard. You go to the enemy, beat it up, and go back. I know that much. No way. Is this the actual? What? Skybound Swarm. Ooh, 42. That one. Okay. Since we still have to send this one. And we would like this one, please. Okay.
We've reached our destination.
You know, where does it actually say it? Doesn't particularly matter, but I still want to know, like, why do we still have those and these two? Like, is it so we can go in with only 2 people? Like, what? I or is it so we can be like, yeah, like I don't know.
That Zoogl's in our way.
I'm ready to fight it anytime you are.
An opponent like this should be easy.
On your knees.
Take this! Be careful, everyone. This one isn't normal.
Primed and ready.
Dragon Queen!
Make it
fires!
I've got. Go for it.
Prepare to crumble.
Now! You're my...
Where are you going?
Ready and ready.
Do it.
An astral art in an instant! Impact Rock!
Breath of life.
Heal
I
my weary
carve
companion.
through armor.
Searing
This one's mine.
Sword Lane Alpha! Dragon Form! We did it! Here I come! Burn!
I'll face you. Can't get out of this.
Take this!
Here goes. Landing meteor.
Blending Blast!
Inferno rock.
I'm not done!
This one.
Okay!
Soaring blast.
Here, let me help.
Tear! Hurricane Thrust! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! I'm not done!
Shattering on your knees. Air pressure.
I owe you one.
Hurricane strike.
Double Demon Fang!
On your knees.
Hurricane strike. Ammo.
Prepare to be sealed. In a bind.
Healing. Circle. Let the marksman handle this.
I'm sorry to come.
You do the same for me. Piercing roar.
Soda! Not today!
Annihilation. Two shots.
Lightning Thrust!
I'm ready and rare. Switch to offense.
Be still! Devastation!
Lightning strike. Hurricane strike. That'll bring you down.
Penumbra! Prepare to be sealed!
Searing flame.
Offense engulfs you!
This one's mine. Nothing fear.
Magnetic Thrust!
Freeze laser.
Can't get out of this.
Double Demon Fang!
I couldn't make it in time. Down on the ground. From beyond, imbued its vanquished
Rising
soul
Belt!
with
It's
life.
on! Not today!
It's weakened.
Dragon Swarm! This ends now!
Healing circle. I'm gone.
Explosive Ring!
Hurricane strike.
Elusive deity.
You're mine!
Soaring
Not
blast.
done!
Reload. Here I go. Where are you going?
Sword Lane Alpha! Try this!
Searing flame. Reload.
Blood!
Back into the fray.
I'm not
Rending you apart.
Annihilation.
Bloody howling. Resonate with the
You know, it may be because of the fact that technically,
Appreciate the help.
Can't get out of this.
what I'm talking about is Wyvern, well, and Law are at higher levels than one level above everyone. I think it's because they don't die in battle. So technically, they have a better performance in battle than everyone else. Because they get more XP based on actual performance in the battle. So if you have a good performance in it, you get more XP. So what you are... Did they both just fucking revive it? Because they already do, you get bonus XP and all that. For performance and time and all that. I'm going to assume it also does that for, like, it's per person. That's the reason why I have people who are different level. Because I guess technically, in a sense, in the battle, technically they only did positive things, like only positive things. Because they didn't get hit, they can't get hit. It can't even be stopped. They're invincible for the time. Which I guess just kind of puts in a kind of a biased
Dragon Swarm!
Hurricane Sparna! Healing circle! That move!
Thunder.
Here comes the big one!
One more! I'm all stopped up! Confiscating!
Benediction light. Heal! Shattering us!
I'm almost impressed!
High praise coming from you.
I said almost. Don't get carried away. Let me help!
You picked the wrong fight!
Strike!
Hurricane
Strike!
Dragon Swarm!
Water! Here! Time to shine! Blood Storm!
I'm not done!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Bloody howling! You're finished!
Mega Ray!
Here I come!
Here
No further! No escape!
Mega Ray!
Now you see what I can do!
Here's annihilation!
Can you take it? Hurricane Thrust!
Lion Power!
Here! Hurricane Thrust!
Tiger Blade!
Hurricane Thrust!
Howl!
Hurricane Thrust!
Water! Hear my
Sonic
call!
Sphere!
Their arms were interrupted!
No escape!
Will they come?
You're finished!
This one's
Get
done!
done!
Here's a healing arc! First aid!
Burn in hell!
Going in!
Here I come!
Searing Flame!
Dragon Swarm!
Inferno!
Elusive deity! Take this!
Howl! Far enough! Here I go!
I'm ready! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops!
Am I on a roll
You know,
or what?
even if these
Well,
quests
look who's in a
don't
bright
give you
and shiny
anything,
mood.
like the actual flowers are just kind of good to begin with. It is plus 10 points to your CP limit.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Sure.
Right!
Hey!
Yeah!
Hmm.
Ooh. Plus 1/8. That's not explosion. Increase the amount of damage dealt for the last by 1 when shot once or less. Okay. I don't know why that. Wouldn't that technically counteract each other? Got that one. I'll get that one. Just because the only time that I would so far I've only been I'm going to be getting all of them anyways. So it doesn't really matter what order. Yeah, some of these are a whole lot better. You know, looking at this one, like this one definitely would be better if it was, I guess, more like Kingdom Hearts 1. Like, this only works one time. Which, yeah, Kingdom Hearts just has a skill that is I forget what it's actually called. I know it's not Leaf Racer. Leaf Racer is, you're invincible when you're healing. But there's another one that makes it where, let's say you get hit by a combo, and let's say after, like, the first hit, like, you would have died if that second hit you. The game, like, your health cannot go below 1 throughout that combo. So that's pretty much a good reason why, if you watch any live stream videos of Kingdom Hearts, you know, them not dying in the middle of a combo. You know, I really should. Hold on. Law, what is your... let's go and do one more quest. I could do Echoes. I would see if there's, out of all of these, if there's... That's a 45, I know that. Her place. What is that one? What level is this enemy? Her place level. Again, it's missing over. Her place is at level 45. I'm kept. No, that's Ethan Wars. Unkept Rage. Yeah. Untamable Rage. Yeah, that's a 56. So no. Technically we could, but we would have to be playing as Kisara. Kisara. Is that your name? Yeah, Kisara. Which... Kisara... Dolomame and Kisara are the only two that I didn't get the time limits on the first go. Kisara, I still don't think has the time limit rewards for the training arena. Dolomame is just because we legit just got him, so he doesn't really have much. Kisara, a little bit of the same thing, but she's just not really built for damage. Then again, on this difficulty, she's also not built to take damage. She can definitely take it if she's blocking, but Echoes. What? 43, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 43. I'll go and try it. Why not? Before that, we need to go rest at the inn. And this one will give us Oh,
Looks like we
more
made it here in
SP
one piece.
for battle. Per battle. Rest. No. I would like to get my 24% increase to attack, please. Then we want to go here and go to this one. So annoying you can't just fast travel to the actual location. I also want to know if the other lights, like you can go to them right now.
We've reached our destination.
Then again, I think some of the side quests kinda, but I'll look it up after.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Then again, I wouldn't be surprised if it's all of these locations where he's like, something feels odd here. We want to go to this one, because we need to drop down. So we've taken out the one in... We've defeated the fire one. I'm going to assume the earth one is the spirit. Temple. It's this one. I don't know about this one.
I've got a bad feeling about this one.
Me too. Better keep our distance.
No,
We'll kick your ass later, buddy.
they're only one level above us.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Armor won't save you! Does it hurt? Leave the agile ones to me.
No chance!
Double demon bang! No dawn can break this night.
Water, hear my call!
Dragon swarm! Here I come! I'm not leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah! And pummel you to me! Not today! Time to let it rip! Double demon bang! Short lane alpha!
Resuscitation! Time to shine!
Crush!
Here's a healing arm!
Here!
For the witches!
Megasonic blast! Eternal devastation! Coming through! Ha!
Dude, that's so fucking picky.
Scarlet Inferno!
Like, you have to do five different ones. I just did 5 different ones.
You'll pay for that!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss! I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Double demon bang! Shine! This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight! Dragon Swarm! No further! Here I come! Suffer in silence! Try harder! Nothing will hold me back!
This one's mine!
Regenerate!
Hear my call!
Here I come! Don't suffer in silence! Double demon bang!
Demon
Little fear! Shattering the pieces! I forgive you. This is my fault. Thanks.
This can't be happening!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with life. Resuscitation.
I have to train harder!
Eat dirt!
How about
I'm
this?
ready! Bring up!
Astral energy!
Say no more! From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with life. Try harder! Not a chance! Resuscitation!
Here goes!
Sword Lane Alpha!
What was I thinking?
You are my weary companion. Shine! Radiant light!
Do shine
Regenerate!
Here, let me help!
Don't suffer in silence. It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out!
Double demon bang! Try harder!
I'm nearly done for. This is some punishment. Stay away from my friend!
Not like this!
I'll smash you!
Burning
Double demon!
Red! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Resuscitation! Here's a healing art!
Double demon back!
Here goes!
Is this it?
Piercing roar! Healing circle!
This should do it!
I'm gone!
Double demon bang!
This one's mine! Hurricane in the sky is mine!
Dude, can they make it where if you actually need, you know, a revive bottle, they don't immediately, you know, revive you? Or at least if like the spell doesn't do anything, it doesn't take your CP.
Wits about you, people!
I could do without this pain.
I'll take you all on!
That'd be really cool if they did that.
Flare Demolisher!
Or at least told you which one that they're going to be reviving. I don't know, would also be kind of cool to see, but...
Resonate with the earth! Thanks. It's in your hands now.
Come on! You got it! Hold on! Burning Strike!
Double demon bang!
Glacial Steel!
Dragon
Here's
Swarm!
evil! The enemy's on the ropes. We've got him where we want him. It's time to end this battle.
Ready and
Bring you
ready!
back from death's abyss.
Armor won't save you!
Here's a healing art. First aid! Hurricane Strike! I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Double demon bang!
Swampy! That move!
Here comes the big one! Shine! Radiant light!
This one's mine!
Regeneration! Double
That'll
demon
bring you
bang!
down.
Regenerate! Thanks!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Thanks! Double demon bang!
Resuscitation!
Not today!
Can't be happening.
Double demon bang!
Piercing roar!
Double demon bang!
I let my guard down.
You're mine! It's go time! Armor won't save you! Strike! Double
Arc Shield!
River!
Astral Energy!
Say no more! Double demon! Eternal devastation! Rising Falcon! No! It can't end here!
Game, fuck you. Just fuck you. No. Like, you legit threw me into that one. Like... Okay, guess we still can't get that one. That's lovely to see. Maybe we could... maybe do some of this stuff.
We've reached our destination.
Oh yeah. Solo Ultimate. What? Why would I want 99 pepper? Huh? 99 rice. Oh, they're being stingy right there. You only get 50. what? Like, get a fishing rod. Like, what? Devil sculpture. That was Mask Fiend's goal. Tales of Arise. Artifacts. I think the Red Skull is, artifact. I think that's the difficulty. Okay, so this one makes it where you and enemies take 100% more damage. Also, tip. So it's I'm reading the description for it. Well, for what this one's. It's like, increases all damage by 100%. In parentheses, it says, for you, your allies, and your enemies. This is a useful artifact to speed up combat. But be warned, it makes some boss enemy attacks, do massive damage. Enough to wipe out your entire party in one hit. Dude, they already hit one-shot my party. Devil sculpture. That's chaos difficulty. Which used to be the highest difficulty until Unknown came out for the free DLC. Group. This fully heals you, by the way.
Out of our way!
Can you take it?
Not in your dreams! Here goes! The confiscated! It's a duel of the arts!
Dragon Swarm! You're mine! Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still? Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Not today! Its armor's too strong. Then I'll split it open! Be my guest! My turn! Dragon Twirl! Now you see what I can do! An astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Now! Here I come! You're mine! Dragon Swarm! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Eat this! I'm ready! Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone! My turn! I'm not done!
About this! Where are you going?
I'll smash you!
Flaming meteor!
Can't get out of this! Hurricane Thrust! Shattering pieces! Elusive deity! Everlasting darkness!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Now!
Lunar corruption!
Dragon form! I'm not done!
Annihilation!
Strike! I'm not done! Dragon form!
Take
I'm ready! River!
Astral energy!
Say no more! My
Make
turn.
it rain!
Strike! You picked the wrong
Lunar
fight!
corruption!
rotating pile driver!
Smash you! Switch
Dragon
down!
form!
Make it rain!
Look sharp!
Lightning tiger blade! Heal my weary companion!
Not today!
Cure!
Not in your dreams!
In a bind?
Strike! Dragon form!
Explosion! Far enough!
Demon
Burning
blast!
Here's evil!
Strike!
I'm gone! That'll bring you down!
Dragon form! Easter!
Rotating pile driver!
Glacial spear!
Dragon
Here's
form!
evil!
Soaring blast!
Freeze lantern!
Sword rain alpha!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Glacial spear! Here's evil! Lightning! Freeze lantern!
Take this up!
They're offering
Here's the healing art! Hurricane strike! First aid! Havoc thrust! Lunar blast!
Ah! Double demon fang!
I'll grind you into dust!
Lightning
Go
fang!
in! Glacial spear! Here's evil! Here's freeze lantern!
Sword rain alpha!
Let me out!
Double demon fang! Double me! In an instant! Impact claw! Double demon fang! I owe you one.
Denied! Not on my watch! Radiant!
Burn it!
Time to shine!
Anything in armor is all mine! Down on the
Sword
ground!
rain alpha!
No further!
By the power of flame! Going in!
Are these not affected by difficulty?
Lightning strike!
Because these, for some reason, this feels way too easy for what I've been fighting.
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Hold on. That makes me want to look it up. Tails over eyes. Game one. When is this? When is this actually called? Because nothing's popping up. Training ground. Like, if it's not affected by difficulty, like, I don't care. Okay, I'm back. Either way, I should probably be calling it. Yeah. Oh, how long have I actually been? I know 3 hours and 3 hours and 32 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna be calling it. Let's go and make sure I save. Ooh, actually, hold on. Game. That one actually doesn't look that bad. Oh, what's that? Okay, so you get a red instead. Okay, now I'm going to save. Well, I saved it the first time, but 2 saves are better than 1. 504 CP, and it's probably going to all disappear in one fight, because that's how it works, right?